Good evening and welcome to Up South, the show that gets you all the top news stories from South India. Later on in the show, actor Kamal Haasan on the importance of wearing a helmet. We start the show with some news that we have just got from Bengaluru. Believe it or not, Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina now holds an election ID card in the city of Bengaluru, and she can actually vote in the civic polls that will be held in the month of July. The only mistake that they have made is to get her date of birth wrong. They have said that she was born in 1992, but she has been given a Bengaluru address. Also, a person called Virginia Lau Yao, who is apparently a fugitive with some $50,000 award on her, also gets an election ID card. Let's listen in to what the Karnataka Home Minister KJ George has to say.
I don't agree this. I don't think this is an authentic ID card. You know the computer, they can put anybody's photo and they can make this. You give me the details, I'll conduct an inquiry and ask our people to do it.
Joining me now is our Deputy Editor Rohini Swami, who broke this story. Rohini, you always say that Bengaluru is a very smart city, but this is so very unsmart.
Well, absolutely, and to see for the fact that the voter ID card very clearly shows the picture of the Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, also names her late husband in that, but has the date of birth wrong, and the address also being in a very local place called Tanisandra in Bangalore. And this is one among the many other such fake voter ID cards. And this is just a day before when the BBMP election dates are expected to be announced. Now, what is being happening is there have been runs that have been taking place in the city, where they have been asking people to conduct and to make their voter ID cards. But well, make authentic voter ID cards is what is being said by the Karnataka government, not fake IDs like these. But also, let me tell you that when I was speaking to the Karnataka Home Minister, he was quick to say that such things happen even in the BJP government that took place, and where a lot of fake ID cards were issued even then. So they are trying to actually brush it under the carpet.
Right. Rohini Swami, thanks a lot for joining us. While in Bangladesh, the cricket team is giving us a hard time, here in Bengaluru, we are giving a red carpet welcome, in a sense, to their Prime Minister. Now, the Madras High Court has given a judgment that has shocked and surprised a whole lot of people. Citing religion and its capacity for reconciliation, Justice Devadas of the Madras High Court referred the case of a minor's rape for mediation between the victim and the accused. The victim, whose parents are no more, is the mother of a child who was born after the rape. The order came on an appeal and a bail plea by the accused, who was convicted and sentenced to 7 years. By a Mahila court in Cuddalore in 2002 for raping the minor girl. He has not served his term. But the judge thought that mediation mode is best, as keeping the appellant inside jail and asking him to participate in the mediation talk will not result in any fruitful result. And therefore, he should be enabled to participate in the deliberations as a free man. My colleague Shisha Reddy spoke to people for a reaction in Chennai.
In an unusual decision, the Madras High Court has asked a young mother who was raped when she was a minor to reconcile with the rapist to explore if a compromise could be arrived at. Women rights activists say that it's a retrograde step and will set a bad precedent and will let the convict go out scot-free. And what do you think, as a woman, do you think this kind of things will set a precedent, or a rapist has been given bail in this particular case?
I think all these while we've been supporting and protesting day and night for all the rape victims, and suddenly such cases come up where they can just set free, all the rapists are set free with just a bail. I think there should be a proper and strong laws made in India so that all the women feel safe in our country.
That's right. So what do you think, because you are a professional as well, so do you think, these kind of cases and the reconciliation, is a way forward, in fact, with a lot of cases that have been happening, every day?
Basically, I feel that there shouldn't be any state of reconciliation happening, because a rapist would think that, yeah, I might have as well just rape her and get away, because there's anyway a reconciliation happening. So what I feel is basically the law should be revived, and all this reconciliation, all that shouldn't prevail in our country.
Right. So, everybody on the streets, they do believe that there should be stringent laws that should be put in place so that nothing like this happens, and this will only set a bad precedent and is seen as a retrograde move. With camera person Daniel Srisha Reddy in Chennai for India Today.
Right. Joining me now for a perspective is well-known lawyer and human rights activist Sudha Ramalingam. Ma'am, a case of rape is not just a criminal offence because it also scars the victim for life. In such a scenario, asking the accused to go in for mediation with the victim, isn't that kind of inflicting more pain on the victim?
Criminal cases need not be sent for mediation at all. You are definitely right in this aspect. Having said that, I would like to also add that in matters where a late teen is involved in a relationship with a youth, there is definitely an element of consent, and that has to be dealt with in a different manner than the statutory rape.
Right. Ms. Ramalingam, you have dealt with several such cases. In this particular case, the judge of the Madras High Court has cited religion and its capacity for reconciliation. Is that really the best way to deal with such a very sensitive case?
We have traversed a lot to get some rights for women. The victims have got some rights, at least now. They are now empowered to come and prefer complaints only because
Yes.
there is so much of support for the victims. But these things may be diluted by this attempt.
Absolutely. Sudha Ramalingam, thanks a lot for joining us there from Chennai. Right, a lot of political action is happening in both Tamil Nadu as well as in Kerala. In Kerala, the action is taking place in the Aruvakira bypoll constituency, very close to Thiruvananthapuram, and it's going to be an acid test for Kerala Chief Minister Umman Chandi. Revathi Rajivan sent us this ground report from Aruvakira.
Situated just 15 kilometers from the state capital of Thiruvananthapuram, the Gurris train should have visited Aruvikara long back. But it has been such a long journey for development to embrace Aruvikara village. Despite having the Assembly Speaker G. Karthikeyan as its MLA, there are no good roads and most locals are engaged in daily wage labour.
Captain Sar Marichi, Udola Janangala Kandapolo, auto, e water, Lingi 3 auto on the election.
Congress has fielded late Karthikeyan's son Shabrinath. With the bypoll seen as a test for the ruling UDF 1 year ahead of the assembly polls, all the ruling front heavyweights have hit the poll trail.
My father has been an MLA for the past 24 years. He's done immense amount of work. If you see the last 4 years, around 450 crores of projects have been invested into this constituency. A lot of work has been finished, a lot are in progress. So for the next 8 months, only if an UDF and MLA comes, can these projects go ahead.
The opposition LDF, however, is not talking only about Aruvikara. It wants the voters to throw out the UDF as an indicator of things to come in 2016.
A total change. That change is the strength. That demand is the strength of the LDF.
The BJP has also thrown its hat into the ring by fielding veteran leader O. Rajagopal, who has lost 8 elections in Kerala so far.
2's company, 3's crowd. And by fielding O. Rajagopal, BJP has crowded this UDF versus LDF contest. Its strategy is to woo the OBC and SC/ST votes, which usually goes to LDF. This by-election in a constituency near Thiruvananthapuram is also a net practice for BJP before the Thiruvananthapuram Municipal Corporation elections in October.
Mr. Jayakumar, party says he is party candidate. But he says, Mr. V.S. Shivakumar, V.S., he will be lead, he is my leader. So there is a dispute, there is a confusion.
Kerala's electorate has a habit of voting out the government every 5 years. Therefore, a good show in Aruvikara will serve as a booster dose for Umman Chandi's UDF, that they could look to reverse the trend next year. With Revathi Rajivan in Aruvikara, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now from Aruvikara is my colleague Revati Rajivan. Revati, in contrast to RK Nagar, where there is practically no opposition to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha, here all political parties are making it quite a keen contest, aren't they?
Yes, indeed. Aruvikara has not seen such a political action before, be it for the assembly polls or the Lok Sabha polls. All three party formations are out in full strength, because this is an indicator of the results of this election, is an indicator of what is to come in the elections in 2016. I'll ask my camera person to pan across and show you the picture here. Huge crowd gathering, flags and banners, people gathered on main roads. There were also, in fact, street theatres and flash mobs to make it more lively and interesting. Let's ask people across here. Sir, നിങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ 40 വർഷമായി അരുവിക്കരയില് ഇതിനു മുമ്പ് ഇതുപോലെ ഒരു ഒച്ചമേളം കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
ഇതുവരെ ഒരു ലക്ഷം ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഇവിടെ നടക്കുന്നത്. ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഈ ലക്ഷം.
ഈ കാണുന്ന ഈ ബൈപോളിന്റെ ഈ ഒരു തിരക്കും മേളം അടുത്ത വർഷത്തെ ഇലക്ഷന്റെ സെമി ഫൈനൽ ആയിട്ട് തോന്നുന്നു.
തീർച്ചയായും അതൊരു സെമി ഫൈനലാണ്.
You see that he has been here for 40 years and this is the first time he's seeing such a political action. He, like many others, feel that this is a semi-finals of the coming final elections, assembly elections in 2016. Glamour has also seen, glamour factor has also been in plenty in this particular election campaign. Here we had Suresh Gopi campaigning for BJP, Innocent campaigning for LDF. So this is a political theatre with lots of colour and high decibels, Sudhir.